Tottenham are not wasting any time getting their transfer business done early. After the signing of a new goalkeeper and the arrival of James Maddison, it seems like they've made another. Manor Solomon, yes, the winger who played for Fulham on loan last season from Shakhtar Donetsk, is now making the move over to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I've seen a lot of people, rather confusingly I might add, complain about this signing and say it's not that good, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because, in my opinion, this is fantastic. And today we're discussing why. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are new, you like the video, and hit that notification bell. But now let's discuss why Manor Solomon is a fantastic signing for Tottenham. Here we have Manor Solomon in this Tottenham Hotspur setup. We have them set up in a 4-2-3-1. This is the typical formation that Ange Postecoglou likes to utilise with his sides. It utilises a main central attacking midfielder. We know this is James Maddison. We know that he utilised two wingers. Well, this one in this case is Solomon, and it could be the likes of Kulusevski or somebody else. Harry Kane will be their main striker, and they have two central defensive midfielders that are able to leave their position once the fullbacks come into midfield to try and dictate and hold on to possession. When they go forwards, they play a very high line, they play very aggressive, and they are on the front foot. How does Solomon impact this? Well, we know from his time at Fulham and watching him, he's very quick, extremely fast on the ground, on and off the ball. He dribbles very, very well. In fact, when he played for Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League, he actually had a successful dribble rate of 90%. I will repeat that again because that is ridiculous. 90% dribble success. That is mad. And you might say, well, what are you talking about? It was Shakhtar. It was Shakhtar Donetsk. Yes. But it was also the Champions League, and they ended up playing against the likes of Real Madrid and Inter Milan in the group stage of the Champions League. And to do that, you've got to have something special about you. He's 23 years old, which means that he hasn't even got in near to his prime yet. He's got to have a little bit of faith, he's got to have some patience, and I think he could really come good for this Tottenham Hotspur side. Perhaps not even in the first team, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. If they, for whatever reason, decide not to play him from the get-go, he can start to learn his trade. Again, 23, very young, he can learn to get into the side, learn from the likes of Kulusevski, learn from the likes of Son in how to take your chances. Speaking of which, once he does get his chance, what kind of rotation, what kind of player are we meant to expect? Well, take a look at this. This is generally where you're going to be seeing him out on this left-hand side, and this red area is going to be his main heat map, where he's going to be able to go forwards and backwards. Defensively, he's very, very good as well. He's actually in the 99th percentile in the Premier League for the amount of tackles that he did per 90 for a winger. I believe he did around about 3.5 per 90 in the Premier League, and that is pretty ridiculous against other wingers in Europe's top 5 leagues. And then he will also drift inside. He's got a good shot on him. With his general shooting and goal scoring ability, he has an expected goals of 1.2. And when I tell you he actually got 4 goals for Fulham last season, that's not bad at all, is it? Overvaluing his XG by quite a bit. So he's got some quality in him. He's just a bit rough around the edges. But I believe in this Tottenham Hotspur team, they could really start to refine him and drive him forwards. Harry Kane is going to be a massive part of this. The way that he's going to be able to link up with the likes of Harry Kane, the likes of Heung-min Son, depending on where he plays. He could also go out onto this right-hand side. But it's driving infield that is going to lead towards his goals, but I don't think that's where it's going to be his main position. He's going to be pulling out towards this byline, out to these sides to give the space for the midfielders in the centre of the pitch to come forwards. Harry Kane obviously needs to get into the centre of the box, and it also gives more space for James Maddison to drift over to either side. He's going to be an integral key part, and Solomon bringing those defenders out towards the wide areas. He's going to stay very, very wide to allow Tottenham to be able to bring players forward in the middle of the pitch. Harry Kane then moves forward a little bit more, and so does Maddison, moving everyone forwards, and it just creates a more attacking lineup. Width is absolutely key from the wingers, and then you have the fullbacks coming inside to control more of the possession. The pace that Solomon has and the willingness to run backwards, that's why I've got it highlighted so much here. He's very, very good, and he works very hard. Finally, in one more little piece of analysis, we can talk about the counter-attacking play that Tottenham are going to need to have. This is Tottenham in a more defensive role. It's a defensive phase of play, perhaps from a corner, perhaps from just a singular attack from the opposition. This is Harry Kane, this is James Maddison, and these are the passing lanes that a lot of these players are going to be looking for. Solomon can get down the sides, and so can the right winger for Tottenham Hotspur. These are the passing lanes, and I do believe that with the pace that Tottenham now possess with Solomon in the side, the counter-attack has never been more on. Richarlison isn't exactly the fastest of players, and that's why I think that Kulusevski or Son could be on this side, Solomon could be on this side, and Harry Kane and James Maddison, with the passing ability that they have, are going to be able to find those right and left hand channels just that little bit more. They can also drift in field when it comes to playing those counter-attacking abilities, and it means that Tottenham can be a little bit more assured that when they do have some pressure come against them, they can counter with abundance. Solomon is a young, hot prospect, and the fact that he's on a free transfer, I'll say it again, he's free from the likes of Shakhtar Donetsk, is a massive, massive deal. A brilliant signing in my opinion, and one that isn't going to break the bank for Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, the wages might be a little bit higher, but it's one that he can really drive into. If he signs a long-term deal at Tottenham Hotspur with the attacking prowess of Ange Postecoglou and the way that he likes to have his sides go forwards with attacking pacey wingers down the wings, holding those wide area positions, allowing the space for other players. With Solomon's dribbling ability and his ability to drive into the middle of the pitch at the same time, it's that flexibility that will be giving Tottenham just that little bit of an edge. In my opinion, Solomon is a fantastic signing, and who can complain about it being free? But now, my question to you is, how do you feel as a Tottenham fan or as a general fan looking at this signing? How do you feel about Solomon coming into this Tottenham Hotspur setup? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.